It's Wednesday, September 18th, 2024, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. Rogue pagings, Pixhell exploits, and the CMMC rollout. Governor Newsom signs AI regulations on deepfakes and political ads, while SB 1047 awaits a final decision. And Intel's Foundry gamble, balancing external capital and contract losses to drive their growth. This is the business of tech. A series of simultaneous explosions of handheld pagers in Lebanon and Syria injured at least 8 people, including members of Hezbollah, amid rising tensions with Israel. The explosions are believed to be a sophisticated attack attributed to Israel, targeting Hezbollah members who were warned against carrying electronic devices. Hospitals are on alert for emergency patients, and the health ministry has advised people to avoid pagers. And from dark reading, a new covert channel attack method, PIX-L, can exploit air-gapped networks by transmitting data using sound waves generated from LCD screens. This attack requires control over devices on both sides of the air gap and can transmit information via inaudible high-frequency sounds. While physical air gaps adequately protect most organizations, sensitive sites may need additional measures to counter such covert attacks, including unidirectional gateways and increased distances between systems to reduce the feasibility of exploitation. A security researcher, Benjamin Harris, exploited a rogue Whois server by acquiring the expired domain .mobiregistry.net. This enabled him to generate counterfeit certificates and track email activity. His server received millions of queries from major entities, highlighting vulnerabilities in the trust of the Whois system. Harris populated the database with fake data, allowing him to manipulate certificate authority processes and potentially intercept communications. Now, it's not all bad news. CISA has released new checklists to assist state and local election administrators in enhancing cybersecurity and physical security for election systems ahead of the presidential election. Recommendations include activating multi-factor authentication, separating election networks, ensuring encrypted backups, and utilizing cyber hygiene tools to address evolving threats. And the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, or CMMC rollout by the Pentagon includes developing training and tools for program managers to mark properly controlled unclassified information, or CUI. A recent Inspector General report highlighted inconsistencies in CUI marking, which could pose risks under CMMC requirements. The phased rollout of CMMC will take 3 years, during which contractors must identify their CUI. The DoD is focused on preventing data theft by adversaries and is working to enhance training and tools for consistent CUI application. Why do we care? Well, today there's a lot about unusual attack vectors. A reminder, most will not be victims of this kind of attack. I just wanted to make sure the audience was aware of them. That said, much more of the broad industry interacts with defense than you might think. Don't think about fighter jets. Consider the company that makes the bolts that hold the plane together. There will be ever-increasing reach of CMMC, and I predicted recently that this will become the broad standard beyond defense. It's time to start considering it if you're not in defense. With as many breaches and security concerns as I report in this show, it should be obvious that cybersecurity is not just about technology, but also the human expertise needed to interpret and respond to complex threats. Huntress is focused on elevating SMBs and MSPs around the world. Huntress has a suite of fully managed cybersecurity solutions powered by a 24/7 human-led SOC, dedicated to continuous monitoring, expert investigation, and rapid response. And the proof is the execution. Huntress is the #1 rated EDR for SMBs on G2. Want to know more about the platform? Visit huntress.com/MSP radio to learn more. And an update, Governor Gavin Newsom expressed concerns about California's AI bill SB 1047, which aims to prevent AI-related disasters by holding vendors accountable. The bill has passed the legislature in California. He emphasized the need for regulations that address current risks without hindering the AI industry. While he acknowledged the bill's potential impact, he has not yet decided whether to sign or veto it, facing pressure from supporters and critics within the tech community. He signed 5 other bills into law around AI. Key measures include requiring platforms to remove or label election deepfakes, mandatory disclosures for AI-generated political ads, and prohibiting studios from creating AI replicas of actors without consent. The Biden administration will host a global AI safety summit on November 20th and 21st in San Francisco, aiming to enhance international cooperation on the safe development of artificial intelligence. The summit will involve members of the International Network of AI Safety Institutes and focus on technical collaboration and knowledge sharing, addressing concerns about generative AI's potential risks. The initiative follows stalled legislative efforts in Congress regarding AI regulation and aims to establish safety and trust in AI. A survey from SolarWinds reveals that 88% of IT professionals support stronger government regulation of AI, citing security and privacy concerns as primary issues. Many emphasize the need for measures to secure infrastructure and safeguard sensitive information. Additionally, 55% believe government intervention is necessary to combat misinformation, while 50% advocate for transparency in AI development. Trust in data quality is low, with only 38% feeling confident, and 40% attribute AI issues to algorithmic errors from biased data. A significant barrier to AI adoption is the lack of preparedness for data demands, with 46% believing their companies are slow to implement AI due to data quality challenges. Why do we care? So, no answer from Newsom. In my perfect world, Congress would handle this at a federal level. And this AI regulation is broadly popular, so resistance isn't the holdup. Regardless of the implementation of the law, the framework of the bills are ones to leverage. If you're compliant even without the law, you'll keep your customers out of trouble. Companies that align with the spirit of these laws now will be better positioned to meet both customer expectations and regulatory requirements as they evolve. I swear I'm not picking on Intel. I swear. These are just updates. First, the information reporting that Intel plans to separate its Foundry business into an independent subsidiary to raise outside capital and has struck a deal with Amazon to develop an AI fabric chip for server networking, part of a multi-billion-dollar framework. The company has also received $3 billion in funding under the CHIPS Act for advanced semiconductor manufacturing, following an earlier $8.5 billion grant for U.S. fabrication facilities. Intel stock rose over 8% after the announcement, despite a 56% decline earlier this year. Specifically, the Biden administration has directed Intel to develop a secure enclave for microelectronics, which is crucial for national security and weapons systems. The initiative aims to enhance semiconductor manufacturing and technology development in the U.S., reflecting a commitment to secure supply chains and advanced manufacturing. The company has a history of collaboration with the Department of Defense on semiconductor projects. And Reuters reported that Intel lost the contract to design the PlayStation 6 chip to AMD in 2022 due to a dispute over profit margins. The contract could have generated approximately $30 billion in revenue. The loss hampers Intel's efforts to build its contract manufacturing business, which is crucial for its turnaround strategy. The PlayStation console business typically sells over 100 million units, providing steady revenue, but Intel's failure to secure the deal highlights the challenges in attracting those marquee customers for its operations. Why do we care? Intel's struggle to capture key clients like Sony PlayStation highlights potential challenges in its contract manufacturing business. For non-gamers, a key element was delivering backward compatibility for existing consoles. By separating its Foundry business into a subsidiary, Intel aims to bring in external capital to fuel growth. Losing out to AMD here emphasizes the fragility of Intel's turnaround efforts. Intel's restructuring could lead to growth, but only if it can secure large, steady contracts while balancing the financial and operational challenges of running a Foundry business. Who can it win as customers? I don't have the answer, but I don't have to. They do. 1 minute, EDR and MDR providers are telling you don't need a SIM. And the next, they're telling you to duct tape some logs together and upsell you an add-on. Blumira offers a game-changing cloud SIM platform designed for IT teams of any size. Unlimited ingestion, unlimited integrations, managed detections, guided response, 1-year retention, and 24/7 SOC support. And the best part? Blumira is free for MSPs. Don't settle for a SIM-ish add-on. Get started with your NFR account at blumira.com/radio. That's BLUMIRA.com/radio. Thanks for listening. Today is National Cheeseburger Day. Does it really matter about any other national days when you're thinking about a cheeseburger? I'm speaking on a webinar for CoreView tomorrow entitled Differentiate Your MSP Business by Governing and Securing M365. Join me on September 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern. The link is in the show notes. If you like the show, make sure to share it and follow on your favorite platforms. And the number one thing you can do is share it with a colleague. I will talk to you again tomorrow. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that like button, follow, or subscribe. It's free and easy and the best way to support the show and help us grow. You can also check out our Patreon, where you can join the Business of Tech community at patreon.com/MSP Radio, or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Finally, if you're interested in advertising on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again on our next episode of The Business of Tech.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.